What's up, guys? It's 3:30 a.m. Monday, February 10th. So I'm gonna say something kind of crazy, but I slept through the Super Bowl because I slept through it. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I've been waking up at 8 and then having a whole day. And I don't know. I just get really tired. And my bed is so comfy. Let me tell you, I never had a mattress mattress topper till this year, and this is my second year in college, so I slept on basically, you guys know what a college mattress feels like. It's kind of hard, it's not comfy, hurts your back a little. I slept on that all of last year, probably why I didn't really sleep, but compared to my roommates, because she had a mattress topper, it was just like, the difference was crazy. But this year I have one, and so I hit that bed and I daze off, or I just like am listening to music and I fall asleep or something. But basically, I was not awake during the Super Bowl, and I was gonna invite some friends over and like get some drinks and like not even watch the Super Bowl. I didn't have plans on watching it, but I couldn't even, I hung out with people today, but like Super Bowl funk, non-existent. That wasn't in my cards. Okay. This is the crazy, well, I just took it out of my sketchbook. This piece of paper that I've been using to make my filters out of. She's getting oh, guess I can't talk either. She's getting lower. I would recommend you guys buy this light off of actually don't buy it off TikTok shop. Go out into the world and go to a flea market or something. Don't give the billionaires any more money. Unfortunately, I'm not financially stable enough to get myself good quality things. Even though this is pretty good. But let's talk about how hard it is to budget your money as someone who is 20 years old and just started living by themselves. How do you not spend it all on food? Like, how do you not just spend money on food? I used to go on eBay all the time because where I used to live, food was like always available. Like, I had a meal plan, so like even if I wasn't really hungry, and I've always like, I don't want to say struggled with like eating, but like I've had eating issues in the past, and so coming to college I was kind of nervous about how that would kind of transfer, since no one's forcing me to eat or telling me when to. But I like managed to have a whole freshman year without any serious problems, which was really nice. Except I go to a school that has like the worst dining hall food in America. I'm saying this like I was completely fine eating last year. No, actually struggled. I've actually struggled a lot being in New York and having a consistent like food pattern, just because one, it's prison food, two, it's the worst dining hall food, and I'm not even gonna complain about the taste of it because that's its own thing, but like the hours they're open, it's crazy. It's like they want us to starve on the weekends. We didn't have anything open past 7 on a Saturday or a Sunday. So we're supposed to go eat dinner at 5 o'clock. Like, I'm not doing that. And then I would just spend so much money on like halal food or just anything. I've never done this before. Don't really think it's working. There's so many topics I could delve into. Let's just talk about consumerist events like the Super Bowl. That is kind of, you know what? I will say that it's probably really fun for marketers when they have like Super Bowl campaigns and like creating an ad that's gonna appeal to Super Bowl watchers. I just wouldn't do it. I just like, I don't know. Maybe I would if the stars aligned me to be in marketing, but my mom's in marketing and I'm good. I mean, periodically coming out like every second. Yeah, it's not like, I've been having a really hard time not wanting to drop out of school and just become my own kind of like artist. I draw a lot. I have a lot of ideas for films, and like normally, I mean a lot of filmmakers don't go to school. Not to say that school isn't important. I feel like learning is the best. And there's part of me that wants to drop out of school, and then there's another part of me that wants to stay in school forever. But it's like, I can't be in school forever. I actually don't really like the teacher-student dynamic. I love being in class with a bunch of people my age, but I've had professors that genuinely they've made learning hard or not fun. And I feel like learning is just, it can be fun regardless of the subject you're teaching. It can be enlightening, it can be worldly, and it all the types of subjects, and I'm not a teacher, but I was a gymnastics teacher, and I feel like I tried every week to make those kids happy. And I think as you get older, teachers just care less and less, because even though they get paid more and more, they care less about the student that they're teaching and more about the content and the framework of how they're going to teach that content to fit the university or institution's kind of morals and ideals that they're projecting out into the world. And I go to a Jesuit university, so the ideals and the morals are like their main thing. And the lessons that I had to do for my required courses were kind of not important. A lot of them are not important, and then a lot of them I never did. Or last semester. I was such a good student in high school. And that kind of burned me out, because not only was I like excelling at school, but I was also at dance, and then I kind of burned out of both of them. Like, never school, but dance I did during COVID, or after COVID. It was like junior year, I had such a slump, because I was working too. I was trying to balance or juggle work, school, and dance, and they were all really consuming, and I had no social life and no battery. At the end of the day, I would go home and die, or just go to sleep. And then I went to college and did nothing. I started smoking all the time. Well, I started smoking. Should I delve into my smoking journey? I have time. I started smoking at 15. I had a really bad trip, Halloween of sophomore year, and I'm gonna make a movie out of it, so stay tuned. And then I quit for like a year, and I started smoking again senior year. But I did like a couple edibles that were also bad. One time my brother and my cousin and I took an edible at our like beach house timeshare in Delaware, and I literally thought I thought I was in a coma, because I woke up high off this edible, and it did not hit when I was awake. So I woke up high, and then everything was kind of like reverberating, like layers of like moving images. And then all I could hear was like stomping and like walking around, but no one was walking in front of me. And what I'd convinced myself in my head, because it was like fucking 5 a.m. or however early in the morning it was, and my brother was asleep, and I was kind of paralyzed for a moment. I didn't know what to do, because I thought that I was like in my head, like I thought it was a dream kind of, and I was like, my parents are trying to wake me up. Like the stomping noises were like my mom and dad walking around, and they were looking for a phone to call 911, because like I wasn't waking up, and I thought that I was kind of stuck in a coma, because I was like, it was almost kind of like sleep paralysis, I would say, off this edible. Peach ring, don't do them, kids. And I eventually went back to sleep, but it was so scary, because I thought I was dying and that I wasn't waking up from a coma. My parents were like freaking out. I don't know what that says about me, the psychological implications of it all, but yeah, that happened. And then I started smoking again senior year, started becoming social, because I wasn't social all of junior year. And then I kind of lost myself in that. And then I graduated, went to college. I stopped for like the beginning of the year. I went on tea break because my roommate didn't smoke, and then I found people that did, and then getting weed in New York City is not hard. At the time it was so easy, even though they've cracked down kind of this year. And so we were smoking every day out of my roommate's boyfriend's bong. Uncle Fader. Genuinely disassociative. Smoking weed is kind of a disassociative habit when you like don't. I would say it's okay when you're like, you know your schedule and you kind of plan it out. I feel like smoking weed should be planned, or like not really planned, but just at least like, hey, like I know I don't have anything after this. Like I know I don't have to do homework. I'm pretty chill. Like I was like, I have homework to do. I'm gonna smoke, and then I'm gonna do that homework, and then I'm gonna watch something, and then I'm gonna go to bed. But it would be like I wouldn't do my homework. I would smoke before I watched something, and then I would fall asleep while I was watching it. And that was destructive. Everything was super destructive. So this year, I kind of took it even farther, because I think with anything it kind of comes in a cycle. So like I went from kind of having a summer break and being like, I shouldn't have done that. Like I shouldn't have smoked every day, and I was kind of scared. I was like, this drug has such a hold over me, but I'm completely fine. Like I'm going through life fine, and I'm high functioning. But you're still like choosing to not live soberly, which means that there's like some sort of underlying issue that I wasn't addressing, and it was a lot bigger than I thought it was. So with that being said, I think everyone should just plan when they want to smoke with like the intention of respecting it to do what it's gonna do, and kind of know that you're gonna be in an altered state of mind. Yeah. And draw. I mean, that's why I like smoking, is because I can get high and then watch a movie and see so many things that I wouldn't have saw soberly. Not that that perspective is invalid or not as good. It's just like the high perspective will always leave me with more opportunities to create. And I love creating. That's what I think everyone was made to do, if they want to. I can't believe I slept through the Super Bowl. That actually baffles me, because I don't think I've ever skipped a Super Bowl. You really start, your values kind of pop up to you, or become so visible when you live alone, because it's like, to everyone outside, there's like parties and shit, and it's such an event. But another thing, I think if you become like a super stoner in high school, you never look at the drink the same as you do the flower. There's kind of a tier list, and weed will always be better than alcohol, to me. And so I've never been an alcoholic. Like, I've never had drinking problems ever in my life. But don't get me wrong, I love to drink. I just don't do it that much. And when I do, it's so fun. But I think that's, like, how I want it to be with weed. Like, actually, no, not right now. But, like, eventually, I want to be super peaceful sober. And then smoke weed to have a fun time. I mean, it's always a fun time, but, like, socially, going out or going in, staying in, yeah. I need to plan my next arts and crafts project. I have a bunch of, like, art pieces on my walls right now, and I want to do another decor, but I kind of want to make a sculpture. I've been wanting to make a sculpture so bad, because last year I stole this enormous cigarette from this Phil Sock house in the Bronx that was hosting every party that they threw had some sort of weird theme, and it was funny. Like, there was a rap battle, and then there was, like, a fucking coleslaw fight. They were fighting in coleslaw, I think. Never witnessed it. Always was too late to see any actual event, except the rap battle. I did see a rap battle, but I took a 5-foot cigarette from this house and took it back home. Like, I took it on the Ram van. That's, like, the transportation service that our school offers from each campus. And I hung it. No, I didn't hang it up. We hung it up this year in the room. But now I don't live there anymore, so I don't have the cigarette. So part of me wants to make a vape. Or a lighter, bro. I should make a lighter. And then make something crazy for the flame. I think I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be my sculpture project. I'll keep you guys updated if I ever get around to it. But I'm gonna go to school this week. Tomorrow's Monday. Like, let me check if I have school. Tomorrow I'm gonna get my film project done. Maybe I'll go see my advisor. I need to go to the study abroad desk because I'm trying to study abroad next year. Anyone from Ireland? Anyone going to Trinity? Hit me up because I'm trying to go there. I might be going spring break. So many travel plans that literally I never travel, you guys. And it's very exciting to see something different because that's my favorite thing on this earth, to pass the time looking at something that's something you've never seen before, which is something we take for granted every day, seeing something that is different and being able to capture it. Oh my god, I'm gonna capture Spain, I'm gonna capture Ireland, I'm gonna capture New York in the next few months. Okay. Sesh number 3. I have this Jenga game called Chugga War that is a drinking game. I haven't drank in the past 2 weekends. No, maybe I did drink last weekend. No, I did. I went to Ozono Shake. The fuck? I go 1 weekend without drinking and I'm like, I haven't drinking in a year. It feels like it. It really does. But honestly, I think this was another subconscious act for myself. I needed to catch up on sleep. That's the most important thing your body really needs when it's tired. It's just like, it's gonna go to bed. It's gonna reconnect. I was talking to my philosophy professor about like different spheres, or yeah, I guess I would say the content we were talking, the terms we were using were like different spheres of like the world, and like there's literature, there's numerical or like the quantifiable world, there's the physical world, your lived experience, your memory, and then it got into like all of the thinking in your brain, like what's inside of your brain. And I was talking about dreams and how that's like a different reality you could live in that's like fake. But then there's like something I learned in my physical science class last year called slow wave delta stage of sleep, which is the deepest form of sleep. And apparently it's like where your body is completely off, or I don't know, I need to study sleep more, but like where you're not dreaming and you're not awake and you kind of exist in the matrix, or not the matrix, but I guess you're just charging up, you're recharging, your body's like doing what it needs to do. But I just like, I need to know if you reach that stage when you're high, or like, I know you don't reach REM sleep, or like it's said to have. People need to do more research on being high and sleeping and the coexisting. I just feel like some scientists are afraid of weed, and some scientists like see the good properties of weed, and then it just creates this whole dissonance. That's not the word. I don't know. Destigmatize it like crack. Can we? Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. No, I'm not. I'm gonna film a cover. I'm gonna do something because I'm actually wide awake. I'm wide awake. I was in the dark. Goodbye.